Well, they used to have ley lines. You can see the ley line maps of ancient Britain.
Yeah, on Britain, yeah.
And, sites for, where people would have settled villages or little megalithic structures or whatever it might be, Stonehenge and these sorts of things were, and the ley lines, I think, were, and I'm not an expert on these things, but I assume there was some sympathy to the land, to the earth itself. And
hugely.
And they were considering their place within the wider environment.
Absolutely.
And how the built environment should reflect the natural environment.
Hugely. And you see it in stuff like, for example, the Great Dover Road. So the road that runs from Dover right the way up to the northwest tip of Wales, which is what's the town called? Well, basically where the ferries go to Ireland from.
Right.
Up that way, Holyhead.
By Anglesey, sort of.
That's exactly it. That road has been knocking about for about 2,500 years.
Has it really?
Yeah.
And Roman road.
Yeah, ancient road that Romans paved that became literally a dual carriageway, and that is broadly speaking the same route of
fairly straight.
Not a million miles off. It's Wales is an interesting area for the Romans. Well. They had a good time trying to straighten that out. It's one of those ones where you see it and you go, the way we operate is very much talking to our past but looking forwards. And I think construction needs to follow the same route. Is understand, looking at old buildings and heritage, what's going on, but equally, how can we incorporate things, for example, fire. It's one of the most relaxing things you can have in a home. So because the way fire moves, I'm looking at fire in the background here.
Unfortunately, ours is a fire effect.
But the principle stands because the patterns of flames are random. And it's why people find fish tanks relaxing, why people find flames relaxing, is because your eyes can essentially defocus or unfocus, and it just relaxes you. So if you can look at how old spaces are traditionally designed, it is around those sorts of ideas. And so we just need to think back to how buildings were initially, because there's something calming. You go into a building and go, oh, this feels so calm, I love this. What have they done here? And you can't really quite put a finger on it. It's biophilic design. It's having...
What's philic design?
So biophilic design. Having plants and natural patterns. Again, very relaxing.
I've got a great book on that, actually.
Yeah, it's really interesting. And you go, having plants in the house, things like that. So, there's ways that we used to operate that potentially have been put to one side that I think a lot of people are re-engaging with now.